Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm super excited to share with you my pregnancy update for weeks 21 to 23 weeks. I am nearing the third trimester and symptoms are starting to come up again. They're a little different than the first trimester symptoms, which I'm so happy about, but there's definitely things to keep you guys updated on. So if you're interested in seeing how I'm doing, then keep watching. So during the week 21 is when I was actually in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina with my family. We had a good time. We actually met up with a couple of church friends, which was amazing because that way Jackson was able to play with their kids and the parents could kind of sit back a little bit. So that was awesome. During that time though is when I took my last of the 4-pack of Makina progesterone shot. If you haven't been following me for long, this is baby number 2 and I am taking progesterone shots once a week to kind of help my body and not go into labor and induce labor earlier. Typically they say that your second baby or subsequent babies will come earlier than your first ones, and my firstborn came at 36 weeks and 2 days, so that qualified me to technically have a preemie. He never had any NICU time or anything like that, but that kind of qualifies me to have to do all of these extra steps. So if you haven't been following me, check out my pregnancy update to see kind of where I have been at. But the week before I had 1 shot left and everyone was telling me, doctor, pharmacy, everything was like that was telling me to call to try and get that shipped in. So I tried to ship it in a little bit early, like maybe 4 or 5 days early, so I would have an extra shot for when I was at the beach, because I was at the beach for a week. That caused so much issues. It caused insurance issues. It caused, you name it. I had to talk to people on the phone. It was very, very stressful, but in the end, I didn't receive that shot. So I did have to go a week without taking that shot, and in that time I did end up getting some cramps. So that kind of worried me that I was starting to get cramps and I wasn't on the shot. The Makina people and the pharmacy people kind of threatened that if I stopped taking the shot that my body could go into labor. So in my mind I was freaking out, thinking because I didn't take the shot that my body was going to go into early labor. Luckily right now I am currently 24 weeks, so I didn't go into labor, but that was super stressful and not needed at the time. My cravings for weeks 21, I was craving eggs and cheese and pineapple. So that's kind of been a lot of my big cravings, is like cheese and fruit. So we definitely needed to go to the store and get some eggs and cheese for me and pineapple. Also have really been craving the pretzels with cheese. If you haven't watched my Myrtle Beach restaurants video, I share with you guys everything me, my husband, and my son ate during our trip. That video will be linked above. But that pretzel from Oscar's is so good, I wish it was here. So in weeks 22, that is Amazon Prime Day week. So I did a whole bunch of videos here on my channel talking about my favorite baby toddler products. I can link one of those videos up above for you guys. I did purchase a couple of things for the baby's nursery, so I will have a baby girl haul here very soon on my channel. But I had other kind of symptoms rise up on top of not having that shot. So this was the week I had no progesterone. So I was having cramps. I also started getting lightning crotch. This is something when it's like super painful down there, if you know what I mean. And I was getting that. I also started getting Charlie horses at night. So that is something I remember getting a lot with Jackson, but it was closer to the 3rd trimester, which I guess I'm getting close to, when I would get extreme Charlie horses to the point of screaming in bed at night, waking up my husband due to the noises, and him freaking out thinking like the house was on fire. So I started getting Charlie horses around this time. They aren't as bad. I think it's definitely due to me drinking so much more water and trying to be more mindful of banana intakes and stuff like that. So knock on wood, they dissipate or continue to be as low-key as they are. 3 days after missing that shot, I got extremely sick, like really sick. I had to go to the restroom multiple times that night, and I don't know if it's due to a side effect of not taking the shot or not, but it's definitely something I noted that I got extremely, extremely sick, stomach issues, things like that. So that was not fun. When we got back from the beach at weeks 23, they previously told me that there was an option for me to kind of keep an eye on my cervix and get ultrasounds that way to see if it shortens, what have you, and then they can kind of give their recommendation as to what they recommend me do. So I went in for an extra ultrasound at 23 weeks, and I was actually able to see baby girl. So I have a couple of pictures here and videos. She is doing good. She is growing properly. She is actually, her arms and legs are growing a little bit longer, like a week longer than what she is. So she is going to be a tall one. Super excited. She is healthy. She is still a girl. So that definitely is something that I like about having all these extra ultrasounds and all these extra things I have to do for her. I get to actually see her more, and that's super exciting to me. I also had an OBGYN appointment. Turns out my cervix is doing what it should be. It hasn't been shortening, anything like that. So kind of keep on keeping on. They recommend me come back in 9 weeks for a growth scan for baby girl, just due to them saying I have high blood pressure. My blood pressure has actually been really good. During the OBGYN appointment, it was actually the day after my ultrasound, so it was like 120s over 76. My blood pressure is starting to look really good. So I'm not too worried about that. I'm still taking like my prenatals and my heart, like, what's it called? Like the baby aspirin and stuff like that. So I'm not worried about it. I think it's the potential of it being there, especially in the 3rd trimester. So they're keeping an eye on it. But yes. Other symptoms though that flared up at 23 weeks was acid reflux, and I've been getting it literally every night since. So it's probably been now a week where at night I get acid reflux. It doesn't matter if I eat or not, what time I eat after dinner. I typically eat dinner around 4:35 with my son. We are early bird eaters, and so I've heard like you get acid reflux if you eat closer to bedtime, but that's not what I'm doing. I have been trying to sometimes eat cereal or eat some fruit or something like that. I've tried Tums every night. I've tried 2 Tums, and Tums just aren't working for me. So if you have had acid reflux during your pregnancy or know someone who has, let me know what they did to combat it, because I cannot figure out how to make my throat not feel like it's on fire. I also started getting bloody noses again. This is a symptom I had in the 1st trimester. There was a day I had 3 really heavy bloody noses at once. So every now and then I am sleeping again with my humidifier. Highly recommend the Vicks one. I have one in my son's room as well, and I'm getting one for baby girl's room. What I like most about them is when the baby is old enough, you can get those Vicks Vapo pads in there, and it helps when they're sick. So I personally have one in every bedroom. Love it. Really easy to clean. I can put my whole hand in, get the sponge, and kind of clean it that way. Another thing to clean those are these cleaning fish, and they just kind of sit in the water. You just have to rotate them every 30 days. So I recommend those as well. So bloody noses, not fun. Something that flared up again, and it stings. Another thing, symptom-wise, that is not fun is carpal tunnel syndrome. So I have had carpal tunnel like when I was working, like back in the office with computers and stuff, but I looked it up and it's what I'm getting at night. My hand and arm, like my full arm, has been going numb, asleep, to the point I have to like go like this and clap my hands and all this kind of stuff, like in the middle of the night, multiple times at night. I am sleeping on my back and my arm is just falling asleep. So I looked it up and they said it's because you are laying on your arm. So I do think when I'm on my side, I have this, like I kind of sleep like this, if that makes sense. And this arm is going completely dead at night. So I'm trying to not sleep on my arms as much, sleep a little bit more on my back, but angle and have a pillow behind me. But then you get into the trouble of sleeping on your back. It's complicated. And then you get the Charlie horses, things like that. So hasn't been fun sleeping. I've definitely been waking up a whole lot to either pee, Jackson issues, or just one of these symptoms going on at night. So has not really been fun, but that's kind of life. So I'm gonna go through any extra questions that I may have missed. That was kind of my things I wrote down specifically for the week. Maternity clothes, I'm still pretty much every day wearing my bathing suits all the time. I also have been loving what I'm wearing now. I will show you guys during like the bump picture shot or whatever at the end of the video. It's just kind of a flowy tank and some leggings. Also been wearing that Pregger shirt a whole lot. And then my rompers from Amazon, the blue and black ones, those kind of have been my favorites that I've been wearing pretty consistently the past couple of weeks. Best moments during these weeks is definitely getting to check out baby girl again. So I'm really excited that she is growing well. We have about 2 weeks until our nursery furniture comes, so I have been working hard in that room, getting it clean. I actually have a little carpet cleaner thing I need to work on today. Missing anything? Vacation, I would have loved an alcoholic drink, like a margarita, pina colada, strawberry daiquiri, any of those. I did at the pool get a virgin, or what they called a smoothie, of strawberry daiquiri mix, and it was pretty good. It hit the spot actually. My belly button is like officially out, and what I noticed is my son is actually an outie too. So me and my husband are innies, and I was changing my son into a different shirt yesterday, and I said, "You're an outie," and he didn't know what I was talking about, so I had to explain like his belly button. So I just thought that was cool that he was an outie and his parents are innies. I don't think it has anything to do with genetics. I actually have no idea what it has to do with, but it's just kind of a cool note. And then happy or moody most of the time. This past couple weeks I was super stressed out, but mainly it's all been with insurance, pharmacy, getting the progesterone shot, all that kind of stuff. So pretty happy for the majority of it. And then what am I looking forward to? We are getting to almost the organizing part of pregnancy, which is crazy but exciting. So I have a whole bunch of stuff everywhere, but it's definitely getting down to cleaning and organizing and getting everything stored and ready for baby. So super fun. Have a lot of content coming your way, and let's get into the bump shot, and I'll talk to you guys in my next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.
You drive. Do you know I'm looking? And I can't help but smile. Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on, I put my feet up, and we just sing along. And I can't help but feeling just love